please direct your attention to your listening device for the show that believes there is no such thing as useless sports knowledge. This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. I'm your host, Tako, and episode 364 will feature the Benchwarmer team of Eric Walling and Scott Grimes versus Benchwarmer Dave Wirtz and returning guest John Ross. John, welcome back to the bench. You're becoming a series regular around here, and we appreciate that. Why don't you fill us in on how you're doing and remind us what teams you root for?
Yeah, thanks for having me on again. I think it's like 4 times, so like one off the smoking jacket. Doing good. Went to the World Cup yesterday, the US game, which was rad, totally electric, and then tomorrow I got off. So I'm doing trivia tonight, having a pretty good week. Live in Berkeley, Kings, Cowboys, Cal Bears, Liverpool for work. I put ads on your phone, and I'm excited to do some trivia.
All right. And Dave, how are you doing? And what is your team's name?
It was a great day today, even though it's hotter than bejeebus in this recording room of mine. We went to the art museum, so we got cultured, and I was ready to buy tickets. And found out that, hey, I could just get in for free because I'm a teacher. Wow, I should really check up on these things next time. But yeah, it was great. I had a great day. But we have a fantastic team name, and I'm going to kick it back over to John since he's the one that came up with it.
Well, we love a before and after, so we are going to be Olindo Mare Dickey.
That's very, very good. I'm upset that I didn't think of it first. And Walling and Scott, how are the two of you? And what is your team name for this episode?
I will go first because people want to hear Walling. And so I want to make them wait. Suspense, right? We don't want you to stop listening to the episode right now. So I am doing well. I have, as promised, my rec league basketball stats for you all. 3 games into the season. 5 points a game. 6.6 boards, 4.3 assists, 0.6 steals. That's where I'm at through 3 games. And you know what? I'm so happy about that. Because I went scoreless last week, and I dropped 12 on Tuesday night, including 3 of 5 from 3. And I'm not a good shooter. So I don't know what happened, but I will take that.
That stat line gets you like Joakim Noah on the Knicks.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because he's been in the news recently, those are screaming Ed Davis.
Ooh.
Thanks. Great. Yeah.
Ooh.
Ed Davis never made 3 threes in a game.
That's true.
I'll take Joakim Noah. Anyways, so that's where we're at. I will keep you all updated as the season progresses. And I obviously didn't mention this, but we're 0-3, but that's beside the point. This is for fun. Okay, Walling, how are you?
Hello. I've returned from my suspension that I received from HR for calling out David for his inappropriate use of the term matzo balls. Did he ever find his dongle though? I feel like I've been gone for a while and he still hasn't found his dongle.
At his age, I don't think it's coming back.
Oh, yeah, they have medicine for that. Yeah, so I'm back. I had my month where I was down taking some classes, getting back into academia. Turns out writing a paper is not as fun as I remember it being, which wasn't fun in the first place. Lots of reading, lots of sleeping in hotel bed, which is also not great. But we did get to Texas A&M. Was kind of cool, driving around the house that Johnny Manziel built, which after his rant today doesn't feel like something they should probably call it. But I am very, very happy to be back. I'm going to the World Cup game tomorrow here in Kansas City, and I went to the Austria-Algeria game. It's incredible. By the time you hear this, it'll be too late, but if you do, you should have gone if you live in a city where it happened, because it's incredible. But yeah, Scott and I haven't played together for a while. We opted against using Power Rangers for the 3rd time, but we did decide to call on our love of 90s R&B acts and our general level of maturity And so our team name today is going to be On the Jagged Edge of Immature.
Very nice. So we've got Olindo Mare Dickey against On the Jagged Edge of Immature. We've got our teams. Let's kick it over to 90s R&B legend Dan Lundberg for the rules.
The game will consist of 4 quarters of play, each with a different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them to you as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see who are today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
I wish Dan did the rules in a 90s R&B voice.
The original title of the group was actually Belle Biv DeLundberg. A lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
Their episode title.
Oh my God. Well, off to ChatGPT it is.
All right, let's get things started with the first quarter, which will be Sporting Haiku.
Sporting Haiku. For this quarter, there will be 4 questions in haiku form. Each question is worth 25 points.
Question number 1 in Sporting Haiku. 105.5. Fastest pitch by a starter. Name that flamethrower.
We can check in.
Olindo Mare Dickey has checked in on the jagged edge, on the jagged edge of immature. That's going to be rough tonight. You can talk it out.
You can abbreviate it as On the Jagged Edge of IMX, which is the later form of immature.
True.
Mizorowski.
Yeah.
Grain Valley's finest. Grain Valley, Missouri's finest comes to the card shop in Lee Summit every now and then and tries to pull his own cards, which is very egotistical. But actually, apparently, he's like super cool dude. So.
And Linda Mare Dickey.
Yeah, we agreed. We said Mizorowski.
Both teams getting points, off to a good start. It is Jacob Mizorowski. He was a fantasy baseball keeper of mine this year, and I'm very happy about it because he throws very hard and strikes out a lot of people all of the time.
Not a good day today. Not a good day today.
No, there are those starts like today's start where he like gives up runs or isn't absolutely unhittable, where I'm just like, what is wrong with you? It's very upsetting.
How dare you?
How dare
know
you
how
be a
hard you throw?
normal, a better than average pitcher?
He made the All-Star game last year. People freaked out, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, oh, watch this year.
Yeah. He said Paul Skeens too.
Hold my beer.
Jacob Mizorowski sounds like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
Like him even more now.
There's not enough girth in that man to produce that low an octave.
Mizorowski 316 says, I just struck your ass out.
Yeah.
All right. Question 2 in Sporting Haiku. Spends time on TV bullying Alexei Lalas. Swedish soccer great.
We can check in.
All right. Jagged Edge of Immature has checked in. So Olindo Mare Dickey, talk it out.
I once upon a time in a past life was working in a pizza restaurant over the summer, and I think when this happened, it was on like the TV on the top 10 every day for several months. And yeah, I remember. I think this would be Zlatan.
And Jagged Edge of Immature.
I think my favorite thing of Zlatan is that he has a new segment called like King of the Jungle, and he is always number 1 on the list, and everyone else is below it. And then there was a time when he got in trouble for karate kicking a teammate in the head at practice. So, Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Both teams getting points. This is my favorite person in the world right now, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, because anyone that's mean to Alexei Lalas is a friend of mine. If you haven't seen it, he did a bit where he like put one of the lie detectors on, and they asked him about it, and one of the questions was like, if you could replace all of your co-hosts on the bench with just 4 Zlatan Ibrahimovic's, would it be a better show? And he's like, yes. And they go, he's telling the truth. It's an amazing piece of television. All right. Question number 3, Sporting Haiku. Number 2 draft pick, Notre Dame and TCU. She's a spectacle.
We can totally check in.
Olindo Mare Dickey has checked in. Jagged Edge of Immature. Talk it out.
Oh, I should know that from the TCU. They were pretty good this year too.
Yeah.
So Dallas was number 1. That was yeah. And then Minnesota?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. The glasses, right? Olivia Miles.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna check in with Olivia Miles.
And Olindo Mare-Dickey.
That's all you again.
Yeah, I guess I was hoping you weren't going to get there. Yeah, this is Olivia Miles with the big glasses. I think people are mad now that she went number 2 and they think that like she should have gone number 1 over AZ Fudd. But yeah, not that plugged into the WNBA. But yeah, Olivia Miles.
Both teams are getting points. This is, I think, at this point, I mean, as good as AZ Fudd is, still runaway rookie of the year, potential MVP candidate, Olivia Miles, currently averaging 19-5-5 and has the Lynx in first place in the WNBA, despite not having Nafisa Collier for the whole season. She is special, and it doesn't help that the Wings took AZ Fudd, and AZ Fudd happens to be friends/dating Paige Beckers. Although, like, putting Miles and Beckers and Arike Ogunbowale on the floor at the same time feels like overkill. So it was the right call, but Olivia Miles is special. All right, final question of Sporting Haiku. First name Andrea took Hamilton's F1 seat, 5 straight Grand Prix wins.
We can check in.
Olindo Mare-Dickey has checked in on the jagged edge of immature. Talk it out.
Okay. So it's Mercedes. It's not George Russell because he was there when Hamilton was there. So it has to be Antonelli. I think it has to be Antonelli. Kimmy might be a nickname. So I think we have to go with Antonelli. That's the only thing I got. So, All right. We'll check in with Antonelli.
And Olindo Mare-Dickey.
Yeah, we said the same thing. It's addition to my wife's name, so we went with Antonelli.
Both teams are getting points. This is Andrea Kimi Antonelli. First youngest driver ever to lead the championship. Still leads the Drivers' Championship at time of recording. Won 5 straight Grand Prix, including the Monaco Grand Prix, and was probably going to win in Barcelona until his car stopped working. Which this season, it's been a lot of they're really good unless the car stops working. It's been the story of 2026 F1. All right, after the first quarter, it's 100-100.
We wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks.
Moving to the second quarter, which will be, what else? The missing link.
The missing link. This quarter will consist of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. A correct guess to the theme before the 5th question will earn the first team 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with a correct theme guess. If neither team has identified the correct theme before the 5th question, both teams can still earn 50 points with a correct theme guess.
Question number 1 of the missing link. In 2025, Nick Kurtz tied this player's record of 19 total bases in a single game with an identical stat line: 6 for 6, 4 home runs, a double, and a single, though Kurtz had 8 RBI to this player's 7.
We could check in.
Olindo Mare-Dickey has checked in. Jagged Edge of Immature, talk it out.
Fairly certain this is one of David Lux's favorite players.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I'm fairly certain I've accused this guy of being an athlete on the cover of JAQ.
Oh,
Every
okay.
Q. This is Sean Green.
Yes. I remember the 4-homer game for sure.
Yeah. So we can check it in.
All right. And Olindo Mare-Dickey.
Yep, happened against the Milwaukee Brewers. Sean Green.
Both teams are getting points. That was my flavor text because it did happen against the Milwaukee Brewers. This is Jewish sports legend Sean Green. Question number 2 in the missing link. This Tulane University big man averaged 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 1.6 blocks per game over a 13-year career with the Cavs, Suns, and Mavericks. And he'd be much less memorable had he gone by his given first name of John. 8 years after his retirement, Andy Samberg would star in a movie titled with this player's nickname.
We're checking.
Jagged Edge of Immature has checked in, so Olindo Mare Dickey, talk it out.
Do you know this one?
I do not. I'm trying to get there through the movie, maybe. Like, I feel like Hot Rod would be something that is an Andy Samberg movie with a person's name, but I'm not like, I mean, it wouldn't be Rod Strickland. But
Well, I only got it through the Hot Rod part, so that would lead me to believe that it's Hot Rod Williams.
Oh, sounds good to me.
All right, we'll check in Hot Rod Williams.
Okay. And Jagged Edge of Immature, what'd you check in with?
Yeah, same thing. The movie definitely helped. I think we probably could have gotten there had we needed to, but thankfully there was a nice hint in there. So we also checked in with Hot Rod Williams.
And both teams are getting points. This is Hot Rod Williams. And if I had not put in his given first name, could any of you have told me that his first name was John?
I don't think I could have told you that. I probably not could have. I would have guessed John. Like where else am I gonna go?
I would have guessed Rod.
Rod. Yeah. Hot Rod Williams. That really changes the whole context of that nickname for me.
Oh God.
It's very, very gorgeous George happening around here.
I think I ordered a hot Rodney for breakfast this morning.
Oh, brother.
That's something you used to look up on the Urban Dictionary.
Hot Rodney.
All right, I'll get on that real fast. Save that for the Patreon episode.
Benchwarmers, not safe for work. All right. So our theme link answers so far, Sean Green and Hot Rod Williams. Question number 3 of the missing link. Of the 9 NBA teams this man was the head coach for, the only one he never led to the playoffs was the New York Knicks.
All right, we will check in.
Olindo Mare Dickey has checked in. Jagged Edge of Immature, talk it out.
Okay.
You said Larry Brown, which I think he's probably the closest we have to a good answer here because
Wait, is it? Oh, he never led to the playoffs. Oh.
I don't think the Knicks made the playoffs when Larry Brown was their coach.
This is an RTFQ. I think it's probably Larry Brown then.
Yeah. The only like Don Nelson like he came into mind just because a lot of teams, but I think this is Larry Brown.
I was thinking it was the other way around. I thought it was the only team of 9.
The only team he got him.
Yeah, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
This guy's a terrible
I apologize for eating, but I think we'll check in with Larry Brown.
Yeah.
And Olindo Mare Dickey, what'd you check in?
I was kicking around like George Karl, maybe. I don't think he made it to the Knicks, but we also said Larry Brown.
And both teams are getting their points. This is Larry Brown. Larry Brown has the NBA record, I guess if you want to call it, by leading 8 different franchises to the playoffs. Those 8 would be the Nuggets, the Nets, the Spurs, the Clippers, the Pacers, the Sixers, the Pistons, and the Bobcats. So those are the 8. So our themed link answers so far: Sean Green, Hot Rod Williams, Larry Brown. Question 4 of the missing link. Former Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year who played 16 seasons for one franchise before splitting his final season between Arizona and Kansas City. He is the all-time NFL career leader in tackles for loss with 202.
Taco, we will check in.
On the Jagged Edge of Immature has checked in. Olindo Mare Dickey, you may talk it out.
Yeah, I was trying to remember where that split came from. It was a very noticeable thing, and that just once it kind of clicked and it just made a lot of sense. It has to be Terrell Suggs, right?
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing that popped up for me was Dwight Freeney, kind of going to Arizona late in his career, but I don't think he went to KC, and I think he was in Arizona for maybe at least longer than a half season. So yeah, that TFLs make sense given the position and the style. I think it's a good guess.
All right, let's check in Terrell Suggs.
And on the Jagged Edge of Immature, what'd you have?
Yeah, I had the same thing. All the criteria fit. Besides for the Chiefs thing, I have no recollection of that. I do remember him going to the Cardinals. So that fit as well for us. So we also said Terrell Suggs.
Both teams are getting points. This is Baltimore Ravens legend Terrell Suggs, and one of the scariest NFL players to have existed, I think. He's certainly in the conversation for the most intimidating on-field people I think I've ever seen in my life. All right, so the theme link answers so far: Sean Green, Hot Rod Williams, Larry Brown, Terrell Suggs. And we are going to go right on through to question 5. He's the only member of the 2025-26 New York Knicks coaching staff who was a player on the 1998-99 New York Knicks.
We're checked in.
On the jagged edge of immature is checked in. So Olindo Mare Dickey, you may talk it out.
Oh, duh. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, would this be Rick Brunson then?
Oh, God, yeah. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. I never would have pulled that name, in all fairness, but I that makes sense.
Makes sense with the theme that we are guessing. So,
Yeah. I was apparently very off with my final answer, but yeah, let's check it in.
All right. And on the jagged edge of immature, what did you check in with?
I was the opposite of Dave. I was not very off with my predictive question 5. As I said to Walling, are we getting a very obvious Rick Brunson for question 5? And lo and behold, we got a very obvious Rick Brunson. So we also checked in Rick Brunson.
And both teams are getting points. This is Rick Brunson. Rick Brunson played a 9-year NBA career with 8 teams. The definition of a journeyman in the league. Spent most of his time with the Knicks, but also played for Portland, Chicago, the Clippers, the Rockets, the Celtics, the Supersonics, and the Raptors. So our themed link answers are Sean Green, Hot Rod Williams, Larry Brown, Terrell Suggs, and Rick Brunson. Both teams have submitted a correct theme guess, and they submitted it within about 1 minute of each other during the 4th question. So I'm going to throw it to the team that submitted it a minute earlier than the other, and that would be on the jagged edge of immature. So go ahead and explain the theme for us, please.
It was Terrell Suggs that got us. As soon as I got on Suggs, I went, there aren't a lot of Suggses. Suggs-I? I'm not really sure the plural.
Suggs-I.
I think it's Sieg.
No.
Siegs.
Sieg. Just Sieg. Nice.
We're telling Terrell Suggs that you said that.
Oh, please don't.
He'll be at your house tonight.
You know what? I can entertain him. I feel okay.
It's like me seeing like a tiger at the zoo. Like I could be friends with him. I'm different.
So after Suggs, I got to thinking Jalen Suggs naturally, because again, there aren't too many Suggs athletes. And then I went back and went, oh yes, okay, Jalen Green, multiple Jalen Williams. There's a theme here. Then figured we'd get Brunson. And because you said there were no wrestling questions, I didn't think Mandy Rose would be the answer for question 5. So we checked in the theme. I sent it to Walling, and I sent it right to Taco that these are all Jalen's, or are all athletes named Jalen, to be more specific.
That is correct. And even to be more specific, these are all NBA Jalen's and active NBA Jalen's. You've got Jalen Green, you've got Jalen's Williams, the recently traded Jalen Brown, Jalen Suggs, and of course, Jalen Brunson. I had to leave. I swapped Jalen Suggs in for Jalen Johnson because initially it was just like Green, Williams, Brown, and Johnson. And I was like, you're not getting anything off of that.
And there's also a Jalen Smith. So had you done that, that's diabolical.
Yeah, I need to throw a Suggs in there to actually give some sort of hope. All right. So after the second quarter, we do have a lead because of that missing link guess. Jagged Edge of Immature has 300. Olindo Mare Dickey has 250.
Why so many Jalen's in the NBA? I think it's way too many Jalen's in the NBA. Went to sleep and it was 10 Jalen's in the NBA. Woke up and now it's 30 Jalen's in the NBA.
It's now time for halftime.
It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 3 entertainment questions, with each question worth 25 points.
All right, for halftime, it's going to be a pre and post game halftime. One half of the pre and post is going to be pop culture of some kind. The other half is going to be a country that was eliminated in the group stage of the 2026 World Cup.
Oh, God.
Question number 1. Went 0-3 in their first ever World Cup with losses to Portugal, Colombia, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And his only Oscar nomination was for The Lovely Bones, but he is a 6-time Emmy winner, including 3 for hosting a travel show.
Oh, I love that. Let's check it in.
Olindo Mare Dickey has checked in, so on the jagged edge of immature, what you got?
I just want to put out there, I got a soccer question.
Good.
Correct. More
So proud of
specifically,
you.
a World Cup soccer question. More specifically, a World Cup that doesn't revolve around the U.S. or Mexico soccer question. Yeah, I got a soccer question, but I got it because thankfully it was wrapped in a pop culture question, which if you want to keep these coming for the rest of the game, Wong and we're good to go. This is Mark Wahlberg, which now that I said it out loud, sounds really cool. Mark Wahlberg sounds like it'd be at like an IHOP, like a limited edition. Like come in, get the Mark Wahlberg. But yeah, checked in with Mark Wahlberg.
And Olindo Mare Dickey.
So I think Denmark has been before. I know the new teams this time around. There's Cape Verde, they're still in, and there's Uzbekistan, and so we went with Uzbekistanly Tucci.
That's definitely it.
One team is getting points. The
that's fun.
correct answer is
Yeah.
Uzbekistanly Tucci. I can't even say it. Uzbekistanly Tucci. Although Denmark Wahlberg is incredible, and I'm upset I didn't think of it. And I'm upset it's not in this halftime because it would have been great.
I feel like the internet problems was a sign of things to come as Scott's like, oh yeah,
I got a
guess
soccer
what, guys? I feel like
Yeah, I
the
did
gods
not-
were definitely looking down in a poor fashion on you.
I just was like, oh yeah, Mark Wahlberg. That's the only team that seems to fit. I don't remember which group those guys were in, but sure.
Fair.
Benchwarmers Icarus over here. All right.
It's-
Question number
Close.
2.
Oh, that's
Question-
also a fantastic episode title right there.
Oh, that is really good.
All right. Question number 2 of halftime.
Oh my god, it's just Scott flying too close to Mark Wahlberg.
Though it's the Teletubbies' son, but it's Mark Wahlberg's
Yes,
face.
it's Mark Wahlberg. But I want like Four Brothers Mark Wahlberg's face.
Sure.
I want the
sure.
slick back hair. Yeah.
Sure.
With,
Of course.
with his logo or his wings being the Dallas Wings logo from
Oh,
earlier.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Amazing. All right. Question number 2 of halftime. Went 0-3 in their second World Cup, losing to France, Norway, and Senegal. And it's the only gold certified single by the band Scorpions.
Wong, I'm gonna let you take this one.
All right, we can check in.
Okay. Olindo Mare Dickey has checked in on the jagged edge of immature. Talk it out.
Is it Rocky Like a Hurricane or is it Winds of Change?
I mean, if you're asking me which one I think is more popular, it's probably Rocky Like a Hurricane, but does that mean that it's the gold certified one? No. But which one fits?
hang on. Who did France kill in the first game? Oh, they did. I rocked you like a hurricane. Iraq you like a hurricane. Excuse me. There it is. Thank you, because I was like, which team's name ends in wins? And I just could not get there. So thank you. Iraq you like a hurricane. Check it in.
Yeah, S wins Teeny is not in this World Cup.
Uzbekistan.
Yeah. Olindo Mare Dickey, would you check in?
Same thing. You rock me like a hurricane.
And both teams are getting points. It is Iraq you like a hurricane. Very good. The final question of halftime goes like this. Went 0-3 in their second World Cup, losing to England, Croatia, and Ghana. And she's an actress whose most iconic characters are named Sam Baker, Claire Standish, and Andy Walsh.
Okay, we can, with all that silliness, we can check it.
On the jagged edge of immature is checked in. Olindo Mare Dickey, talk it out.
So Sam Baker is 16 Candles. Andy Walsh is Pretty in Pink. And Claire Standish is The Breakfast Club.
Yep.
So that means it's got to be Molly Ringwald.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to back into like a ma or a mall. Like I don't think it wouldn't work. Somalia wouldn't work, and I don't think they're in it. Mali, the country, did not make it, to my knowledge.
Oh, that'd be a Jermichael Finley situation if I had gone Molly Ringwald. No, I don't do that. Absolutely not.
Save that for when Bomback's on.
Zero chicanery here. I take my pre and posts seriously.
What about? I was looking back at the question, but then I caught the Scorpions one. What if we went down the route of Panama? Does that work? I mean, Panama Ringwald.
Panama Ringwald.
Right?
Yeah.
Panama.
And that would make sense because you got an African team and 2 European ones, so it's probably going to be an Asian or a North or South American team. Yeah, that works.
Wow, there's a lot more game theory in this answer than I ever thought it was. We'll check in Panama Ringwald.
All right, and Jagged Edge of Immature, which have
Then Marcus Stanley Tucci. No, we also checked in with Panama Ringwald.
both teams are getting points. This one is my favorite one to say. The correct answer is Panama Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald.
All right. After halftime, things have gotten slightly closer. Jagged Edge of Immature has 350. Olindo Mare Dickey has 325. Takes us to the third quarter, which will be 5-on-3.
5-on-3. For this quarter, there will be 3 categorized lists containing 5 items, where each item is worth 10 points. The teams will attempt to guess as many items as they can. However, if a team has an incorrect guess, they will receive 0 points for that list.
And this is going to be for our dear guest, John Ross. Yes, he is a regular. That does not mean I can't throw him a wheelhouse category anyway. List number 1 in 5-on-3. Please give me the top 5 Dallas Cowboys receiving yards leaders in the 21st century.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, Taco, we are checked in.
Okay, Jagged Edge of Immature is checked in. So, Olindo Mare Dickey, talk it out.
Let's at least settle on Lamb, Witten, Bryant, and Cooper. I think that's a good 4 for sure.
I feel the iffiest about Amari Cooper. Like, I think he was there from like 2018 or 19 to about 2022, 23, and he was always like pretty good. I think he's probably got something like 4,000 yards over the course of 3 to 4 seasons.
I mean, he was there for a good while, and I mean, it's not going to be like they just had a lot of wide receivers that just kind of bounced in and out, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be like a Patrick Creighton or something like that.
I was just going to say Patrick Creighton.
Hell yeah.
He's one of the guys I said to Walling I felt good about.
Yeah, any love for Jesse Hawley up in this? But yeah, I don't, TO is probably if I had to guess a 5th one, like I don't know. He had the TD record for us for a bit for a single season, like until I think Dez broke it. And so he was very productive for like 2 years. I just don't know if that's going to be enough versus
Did he even have like 60, 70 games with them though?
Oh no, like 3 years, I think max.
Yeah, so I don't know if he has that much. That's why I like Miles Austin played there for a long time.
I remember him being there for maybe like 2009 to about 2013, and I remember him being really good for about a year and a half, but then kind of falling off. Like I don't know if we're going to get to a 5th that I feel good enough about it. I think like Cole Beasley might be like around there, kind of just like a pesky like 700 yards a season for like 7 years, but I don't know if I feel like
Yeah, I want to say Michael Gallup, but he's just hurt all the damn time too. So I know that's definitely taken away from his overall production.
Yeah, I think he got like 1 year into his like post rookie deal and then basically like medically retired. So, I think he's probably got like 3 productive years as a number 2.
I feel good with the 4. So Cooper, Lamb, Bryant, and Witten.
And to be clear, Des Bryant, not Antonio Bryant.
Taco would be like, could you please clarify?
This isn't a Karl Malone, Moses Malone situation. I knew which Bryant you were talking about.
Yeah. All right, well let's check in with the 4: Witten, Bryant, Lamb, and Cooper.
Okay. And Jagged Edge of Immature, what'd you check in?
Long, it seems like you should take this. given-
Yeah, you could throw him a wheelhouse question that happens to also be in mine. We checked in with a similar list, but one of the names that you guys talked about was not being on there is a name that we put on. So we checked in with Witten, which is I think number one with a bullet, Dez CD, and Kim Kardashian's favorite wide receiver, Cowboys wide receiver of the 2000s, Miles Austin.
Okay. So both teams will get their points. You covered all five. Number one is Jason Witten with 12,977. Then a precipitous drop to Des Bryant, 7,459. CeeDee Lamb, 7,416. Miles Austin, 4,481. And Amari Cooper, 3,893. The next five off the list would be Michael Gallup, Terrell Owens, Terrence Williams, Terry Glenn, and Cole Beasley.
Terry Glenn.
Those are the 10. Patrick Creighton, 11th.
Woo!
It's tough. Terry Glenn would have been up there if Quincy Carter wasn't throwing him balls for.
That is true. All right. List 2 in 5-on-3. Please give me the last 5 Sacramento Kings draft picks to make at least one All-Star team. Only 2 of the 5 made an All-Star team with the Kings. The other 3 made their All-Star appearances for Eastern Conference teams.
That was going to be my question.
Oh,
same.
God.
They don't draft well.
No.
That's no secret.
That's the moral of this story.
Quit giving us all these hints, guys.
Right? Yeah.
Where's Lawrence Funderburk on this list?
Right.
Boy.
You're telling me Thomas Robinson's not on this list?
How was I supposed to know the Kings were bad?
Right. Guys, I'll
They're
make
the
you a
Kings.
deal.
They're supposed to be at the top.
Guys, I'll make you a deal. If you say Nik Stauskas, we'll also say Nik Stauskas. Put that on our list.
The first time Nik Stauskas has ever been 3-2-1 on this podcast. That's another potential episode title. Is just 3-2-1 Nik Stauskas.
Yeah, I think that's fine. That's a good play.
Taku, we
Ism?
is fitting to check in.
All right. Jagged Edge of Immature has checked in. Olindo Mare Dickey, you've got like 1 minute to talk it out.
Oh, crap.
Okay. I think we have 4 that we feel pretty good about. Tyrese Halliburton would have made All-Star with the Pacers, drafted by the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, I'm pretty sure has made one in there.
Gotta
the
be.
third, something like that. Isaiah Thomas, I think, was like the last pick of the draft for the Kings, and I believe that he made third team All NBA one year or something like that. The one year that he went off, and we think it might go back to Boogie because I can't think of somebody who won one with the Kings, who got an All-Star appearance with the Kings, who was drafted by the Kings between Fox and Boogie. So
yeah, I can't think. I'm trying to go through names in my head. I'm better with the first rounders, but I do remember some of these guys just randomly picking it. And unfortunately, I keep falling in on all of these rookie guys, right? Because I thought maybe Tyreek Evans, but you're saying no, he doesn't have an All-Star?
I know he won Rookie of the Year, but I think he was before Boogie as well. So if it's Cousins and there's only 2 that made it with the Kings, then I think Evans would be earlier than that.
So are we certain though that Nik Stauskas isn't on here?
I mean, the Nik Stauskas Marvin Bagley tag team was vicious for a while, but no, I think then your thing, Hassan Whiteside does ring a bell for me as also being a Kings pick. He would have made an All-Star as an Eastern Conference player if he did. So if we wanted to throw that on as the 5th one, I could do that.
I'm not confident. I'm just throwing names out there.
Okay. I threw out Buddy Hield as well, but I think if he made it, it would have been for the Warriors, for a West team probably. So
well, that would work.
I mean, but I thought he said that it was people who made it for the East, other than the Kings. Yeah, they all made the others get made for the East. So I unless Hield, has he been on another team than the Warriors?
Wasn't he on the Pelicans?
Right. They're still Western though.
Are they? I have
Yeah.
no. I can never keep up with them.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess do we want to go with Whiteside as the last one or not? Do you think?
Am not confident in that.
Okay, we'll stick with 4 then. We will stick with Isaiah Thomas, DeMarcus Cousins, De'Aaron Fox, and Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay. And on the jagged edge of immature, what'd you check in?
Yeah, we had the same names. We weren't. I couldn't remember if Isaiah Thomas was like a late second rounder or if he went undrafted. So we left him off of our list just to be safe. But I do think John's right. I do think he was at the end of the second round, so I do think he's on there. And then, yeah, we didn't really have any other names. Walling throughout Kevin Martin, but I know Kevin Martin notoriously did not make an All-Star team. Same with Buddy Hield. He definitely has not made an All-Star team. So we checked in with just the 3 that we felt were obvious and comfortable with, and that's De'Aaron Fox, DeMarcus Cousins, and Tyrese Halliburton.
Well, both teams are going to get their points. All those answers were correct. Tyrese Halliburton, the most recent. De'Aaron Fox, Isaiah Thomas did make an all-star team with the Celtics and was the last pick in the draft. Boogie made it for the Kings as well as for New Orleans. The one that I don't think anybody mentioned, 25th overall pick in the 2001 draft. Charlotte Bobcats legend.
Oh, Gerald
Wallace.
Whoa.
And before that is Peja Stojakovic.
I was just going to say, were you going to have to go back to?
And then before that is Michael Adams and Otis Thorpe. It's bleak. It's real bleak out there. It's real bleak out there in Sacramento. All right. The final list in 5-on-3, if you thought talking about Sacramento Kings draft picks was bad, here we go. Please give me the top 5 career passing touchdown leaders for the California Golden Bears. Here's your hint. All 5 had their careers in the 1980s and later, and Aaron Rodgers is 9th on the list, so don't guess him.
Right, and I mean, this is at Cal, right?
This is, yes, right, at Cal.
All right, let's do it. We will check in.
Okay. Olinda Mari Dickey has checked in. Jagged Edge of Immature, you have about 1 minute to talk it out.
I'm not going to be able to go any further than that unless you have some
No,
incredible polls left in there.
No, you asked me who the guy after Jared Goff is, and I can see him, but the name is not coming to me at all.
Good old, it was an Iron Elbow McGillicuddy. Bell Biv DeLundberg.
I would think Goff. You said Kyle Bowler, who I think has to be on this list, and then I threw out Nate Longshore because he threw to Deshaun Jackson and started for a while with them.
I don't think I'm going to come up with any other names that are going to make me more excited than those 3.
Yeah, I mean Nate Longshore makes me very excited.
Yeah.
All right, we'll check in those 3 then. Taco, Jared Goff, Kyle Bowler, and Nate Longshore.
Okay, and Olindo Mari Dickey.
Yeah, similar-ish list. So I know Jared Goff is on there. I'm pretty sure Kyle Bowler is there. I think he was like a 3 or 4 year starter, and he'd definitely like to chuck it. I think Troy Taylor, recently disgraced Stanford coach, was there for 3 or 4 years in the late 80s and was pretty good. And I feel good about that. Everybody else I can come up with is earlier than 1980. It's like your Bart Kowskis and your Craig Mortons and stuff. I forgot Longshore. So we just stuck with those 3, Troy Taylor, Jared Goff, and Kyle Bowler.
Okay. And both teams will be getting their points. Very nicely done. Number 1, Jared Goff by a wide stretch with 96 touchdowns.
Hot damn.
Second is Baltimore Ravens legend Kyle Bowler with 64 touchdowns. And then we have a 3-way tie for third between Nate Longshore, former Stanford coach and scumbag Troy Taylor, and a name that didn't get mentioned, played quarterback for 4 years in the 90s, Pat Barnes was the last one.
That was my 3rd grade social studies teacher.
Yep. Just off the list, Chase Garbers, Kevin Riley, Dave Barr, Aaron Rodgers, and Mike Pulaski round out the top 10. Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza is down in 16th with 30 touchdowns. All right. So very nicely done in that third quarter. And after the third quarter, here are the scores. We got a tight one. On the jagged edge of immature has 450. Olindo Mari Dickey, 435. So it is really anybody's game as we head to the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that the teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total.
And this fourth quarter is brought to you by the power of friendship. Here are your categories. We have cross-sport friendship, soccer friendship, golf friendship, and NBA friendship. It is now time for the teams to place their wagers.
We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Benchwarmers TP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the show called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and interact with the rest of the Benchwarmers community. If you would be able to rate us on iTunes, Stitcher, or any other podcast app, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks.
Now that the wagers are in, on to the questions. All right, question number 1 in the fourth quarter. The category is cross-sport friendship. Here we go. These 2 future Hall of Famers in different Big Four sports have been friends since childhood, with one even attending the other's final regular season start in 2025. They chose to focus on different sports, but share many of the same career accomplishments. Both were first-round picks. Both have won an MVP. Both have won at least one championship. Both are second all-time in career wins for a franchise currently based in Los Angeles. Name these 2 friends.
We can check in.
Jagged Edge of Immature has checked in. Alindo Mare Dickey, you may talk it out.
You know, like they never mentioned this on every telecast ever since the beginning of time, but I think that Clayton Kershaw and Matt Stafford came from, like, I think they're both like Highland Park or something.
Yeah, I love that answer. That sounds right to me.
I mean, yeah, it fits the rest. So they both have MVPs. They're both first round picks. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about the baseball draft. I assume Kershaw was. They both have a championship. I could see. I don't know what 2 people would be in front of Stafford for the Rams wins. Right?
Yeah, it can't be too much. Too many others, but yeah, I say that's a good one. Let's check it in.
Yeah, I don't want to underthink it, but I don't want to overthink it. So yeah, let's go with Kershaw and Matt Stafford
for 100 points.
And Jagged Edge of Immature.
Yeah, Highland Park. Yeah, it's really great to see kids from such a rough area like Highland Park, Dallas, be able to make it out. Like whoever would have thought kids in $1 million homes could make it into pro sports. But we also checked in with this guy threw passes to that guy in high school combo of Stafford and Kershaw.
And both teams are getting their points. It is Clayton Kershaw and Matt Stafford. Yeah, not a whole lot to say. They were definitely two rich kids that are just living that rich kid dream. Good for them.
Does Kershaw's wife talk as much as Kelly Stafford does?
Speaking of wives who talk a lot, is Kurt Warner number 1 on that Rams list?
That's a great question. If I was a good host, I'd have it up, but I don't.
Kershaw is going to be trailing Sutton,
yes.
Right?
Yeah, Kershaw is definitely trailing Don Sutton.
I mean, would it be Jared Goff? I mean, he was there for like 5 or 6 years. I mean, Stafford's been there for what, 4?
It's got to be Warner. Unless it's someone way older.
It is. Oh no. It is Roman Gabriel.
Oh.
74 wins for Roman Gabriel. Got to go way back. Okay. Question number 2. Category is soccer friendship. In perhaps the most heartwarming piece of international relations this century, Mexico and South Korea have formed a deep friendship through soccer. Though anyone who's been to Koreatown in LA knows this cultural exchange has roots beyond the soccer field. The seminal sporting moment between these 2 nations took place in 2018 when South Korea scored a 2-0 upset over what nation, sending Mexico through to the knockout stage in the process.
Okay, Taco, I think we got it. We'll check in.
Jagged Edge of Immature has checked in. Alindo Mare Dickey, talk it up.
Yeah, if you're feeling more confident about Germany though than like Italy, I feel good for that. I can't think of too many other solid European soccer nations.
I have it in my head that Italy has missed like most of the last like 4 or 5 World Cups that their whole national program is kind of, in a bit of a bad way. Doesn't mean they couldn't have made it there. For whatever reason, Germany is just what's kind of ringing a bell for me. I don't know if that's just because they won the previous one, so I'm latching on to that. But I have that, and it sounds more right to me than anything else. But everything is a guess.
All right, well, let's check it in then. Germany, 100 points.
Well, let's do it.
All right. And on the jagged edge of immature, what you got?
I had this very similar itch in my brain that I chose to scratch very similarly. And so we also checked in with the extremely disappointing Germany. Well, at that time, they weren't extremely disappointing, but this year they were. But Germany for 100 points.
Both teams are getting their points. It is the Germans. And I would say that they're disappointing. They won the cup in 2014 and then went out in the group stage, and then out in the round of 32. So they're in a tough way. I mean, yes, to John's point, it could be worse. You could be Italy, who hasn't made the World Cup since 2014, which is very sad. I believe Italy got knocked out by Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Bosnia, yeah. Shootout.
Yep. All right. So with 2 questions to go, it is still a 15-point deficit with Jagged Edge of Immature holding on to a slight lead. Let's go to golf friendship. Here we go. 17-year-old amateur and Florida State commit Miles Russell made the cut in his first U.S. Open in 2026 and shared a special moment on Sunday, getting special clearance from the PGA to have his dad caddy the 72nd hole for him. At U.S. Open qualifying, Russell had a different caddy, a friend of his with golfing pedigree, who is also set to start at Florida State in the fall. Name this golfer.
We can check in.
Jagged Edge of Immature has checked in, so Olindo Mare Dickey, talk it out.
Yeah, that's 100% right. John just sent it over to me. Is that Tiger's kid? Yeah, that sounds like Charlie Woods to me.
Charlie, right?
So yeah, we checked in Charlie Woods.
For how many points?
100.
And Jagged Edge of Immature, what you got?
I did not put these two together. I had seen both of those things and didn't realize it was the same guy, but it was absolutely Charlie Woods. So we checked it with Charlie Woods for 100 points.
Both teams are getting their 100 points. This is Tiger's kid, Charlie Woods. I think there was talk that he might carry the bag for Miles Russell at the U.S. Open, but then I think that was quickly like, no, let's get him let's get him a professional. And he played really well and made the cut, so good for him. All right, to the last question we go. Scores currently stand 750 to 735, so it all comes down to this. In NBA friendship, the Twyman Stokes Teammate of the Year award has been given by the NBA every season since 2012-2013 to honor the player who exemplifies selfless play and commitment and dedication to the team as an ideal teammate. It's named for Rochester and Cincinnati Royals teammates Jack Twyman and Maurice Stokes. After Stokes became paralyzed following a fall on the court that caused a traumatic brain injury, Twyman became Stokes' legal guardian and cared for Stokes until his death in 1970. Name any of the 11 players who have won the Twyman Stokes Award. 4 of them are in the Naismith Hall of Fame, and 5 are active NBA players who have made at least one All-Star game.
We can check in.
Olindo Mare Dickey has checked in, so for the final time, go ahead and talk it out, Jagged Edge of Immature.
How familiar are you with the recipients of the Twyman Stokes Award?
Dirk won it once.
That makes a ton of sense, and he is a Hall of Famer.
I think he did.
That wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Right, I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm fine going with that because,
okay.
I mean, think about it. 4 Hall of Famers, and the award's only been around since 2012. So it's got to be guys that have gone in the Hall of Fame recently.
Yeah, and everybody loved him. So I think, I'm pretty sure I remember hearing that and being like, that's weird. I've never heard of that before. But it's
that's number 1 on his resume, okay?
It's ringing a Mark Wahlberg bell. We'll see if I Icarus it too. But
yeah, right. If you do, you do. But as John said,
team
I don't want to overthink it. I don't want to underthink it. So let's just think it, and there we go.
Let's think Dirk for 100 points.
Okay, and Olindo Maridicki.
Bucks legend Drew Holiday, 100 points.
All right. Well, let's go through the list to build some suspense. The inaugural winner in 2012-2013 was Chauncey Billups. Other winners of the award include Shane Battier, Tim Duncan, Vince Carter, Jamal Crawford, Mike Conley has won it twice, Damian Lillard, Steph Curry. Last year's winner was DeAndre Jordan. The only three-time winner is Bucks legend Drew Holiday. And in 2016-17, Dirk Nowitzki. So both teams are getting their 100 points. Very nicely done. That means the game has come to an end. Here are the scores. Olindo Maridicki finishes with a more than respectable 835 points, but on the jagged edge of immature with a close win at 850 points, and they will be receiving the coveted Kyle Bowler Award. John, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for playing. Is there anything else you want to say on the way out?
Nothing in particular. Appreciate you guys having me on. This is always a highlight of my year, and hope to come on again at some point. Thanks for doing what you do.
Of course. Thanks for being here. Thank you for supporting us on Patreon, I believe. I'm committing to that without looking at the list, but I'm pretty sure you're a Patreon subscriber. If you're not, take the stolen valor. Thank you for supporting us on Patreon. And thank you to all of our patrons for supporting us and letting us continue to do what we do. Dave Scott Walling, anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
I take back nothing about what I said about David leading to my suspension.
Listen, I'm proud of you for actually following through with something HR said, because historically on this podcast, HR has said a lot of things and then people just ignore them and keep showing up, because I'm pretty sure the aforementioned David Lux has been fired at least a half dozen times.
A half dozen?
Per episode.
Per question.
Per question.
I will not be able to get hot Rod Williams out of my head.
That's a WWF wrestler from 2002. Hot Rod Williams.
Managed by Roddy Piper. They were
course.
Let's give him the rub.
Yeah, exactly. All right. He's a one-time U.S. champion. All right. From all of us here at the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, thank you for listening. And until next time, we'll keep the bench warm.
Hey, let me give you a definition of what a hot Rodney is now.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes.
The pitch from Acevedo. A drive deep to right field. Down the line. The Mariners win this game 2-1. The dream lives. They're going to the playoffs. The drought is over. Cal Raleigh. Wow. Hey now.
Want more trivia? Follow us at Benchwarmers TP on all social platforms for more sports facts and trivia. That's at Benchwarmers TP.